Hey everyone, I've got the apple mould from Let's Resin. I have got the pear one as well, but today we're doing the apple. And I wanted to do a glorious rosy red apple with sort of green area as well. Now, red, I hear you cry. Isn't that a really difficult colour to do with mica powder? And Tracy, I can see you've got mica powder handy. Yeah, red mica powders are difficult to get very red. However, let me show you a little trick that will show you how to get that glorious red colour that we're after. Now, the resin I'm mixing up here is from Just For You Online, and it's called Apex High Gloss. And we're in the middle of a heat wave in the UK. A heat wave for us means it's probably slightly warm for most of the countries. But to us in the UK, this is hot and we don't have aircon. So my resin is a lot runnier than normal. This feels more like a deep cast resin, but it's not. It's the Apex High Gloss, which is a medium viscosity one. So I shouldn't have any trouble with bubbles today, should I? Not that I ever do with this resin, but even less so today. What we're going to do, first of all, is put our stalk in there. So I want a tiny bit of resin. That's probably too much, actually. Let's put that in there, and we're going to put some mica powder into that, just to pour into that little bit in the centre there, which is the stalk. And then what I'm going to use is dark Merlot from Let's Resin. By the way, folks, I know sometimes it can be really hard to get the exact colour that you want, and I'll show you how I came about getting the colour that I wanted for this apple. Because I confess, normally what you see on screen is my first attempt, because I experiment on screen. On this particular occasion, I've already had one attempt at this, and that's when I realised I'd cracked the red colour. So, do you want to see what we're aiming towards? This is it. Isn't that lovely? So, just going to let that do its thing now. That's it. And we're going to bring our pot into play. Now, this is the pot part of the apple. The lid is just solid. The bottom will be flat, but this is a proper pot. So what we're going to do in here is I'm going to split this into 2 pots, more in the big one, more in one than the other. And the first colour we're going to put in will be the red. So, Istoyo do one called red. However, I found that I get a redder red by putting quite a lot of watermelon, which is just a gorgeous colour. See what I mean? Look at this. Isn't that lovely? So I'm putting that. And then I've got the purplish red from Let's Resin. And I'm putting about 5 drops of that. And that gives me that lovely deep, but still pearlescent that I got for that one I just showed you. So I've got quite a lot in here, so I'm just going to put a little bit more. I do want this to be very opaque, so I am using quite a lot of the mica powder and quite a lot of the colour. And I hope this is going to be enough to fill this pot, because one thing I didn't make a note of was how much I used, because I did it in layers. I'll show you what I did. Look, this is lovely, but I wasn't happy with the video. Started editing it and I thought, oh, that's a load of nonsense. So I started again, which normally you just get it as it is, warts and all. Clearly I made a mess of it. Got the side camera going here as well, so you can see what's going on. Yeah, I should be about right on this. For the apple itself anyway, I'm going to need a bit more to make the lid, because I want the lid solid red. I don't want to have to worry about matching up any, where the colour goes on the lid. So let me just mix a little bit more up. So what I don't want to have to worry about is if I've got the apple half red and the lid half red, lining them up so that the red and the green are in the same places on both. So what I'm trying to do here is just the colour in a different sort of way. But what I don't want is a red top and a green bottom as such. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's that. I've made a mess. Let me just clear that up. So now the green. And again, I couldn't find the exact shade of green that I wanted. So we're going to use the Let's Resin. I can't read what that says. I think it just says green. Really should have my glasses on. It's difficult when you've got a respirator on. Glasses and respirators are a pain. Now, I wanted it to be more of a yellowy green, so I'm going to use some of the lemon yellow in with this. Hopefully we'll end up with a golden green. There we are. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Now I want it actually a little bit lighter than that, so I'm going to mix in This is a very pale gold. It's almost white. And I've been dying to open this one. It is from Portiko. I don't know why it's not open, because I did do a full colour sampler with this set when I first got them. And I thought I'd done them all. Clearly not. So I'm hoping that'll just lighten it down and give it a little bit more shimmer. But I have got the sort of yellowy, greeny... Ah, yeah, that's more like what I was after. Lovely. See what I mean? Golden green. And here we go. So I'm going to pour this into here, but I'm going to pour it down one side. And we'll see what that does in terms of blending. Or not. But I'm very pleased with the colour. Very pleased. What else can I pour this into? I've got a bit left. Oh, hang on. What should we have? There's a little heart mould that needs cleaning. But it'll be clean enough to do this. I'm very pleased with that colour. Can you see what's going on? Oh, that's being distracted. You see what's going on the top of that? That looks like it's blending really nicely. Overspill sorted. While I'm actually here though, I did want to give a shout out to someone. Tim Watkins, the base resinator, which I think is a really clever name, has recently done the most amazing thing with this mould. And Tim, thank you. It's you that reminded me I'd actually got it. It was still in the box. And Tim has done this incredible golden apple and combined it with the hand moulds. You know, the ones, the two hands cut like that. And it is absolutely stunning. So I'll put you the link for Tim's take on this mould down in my video description. Do go and check it out. Right, it's been overnight. Well and truly cured. Let's get these little hearts out first. I want to see what this colour's like. Still very appley. Get this mould past its best. Some of these aren't as shiny as they should be. I've had it a very long time. It's done well for a cheap mould actually. What I have noticed is there's a couple of bubbles. I think, yeah, I didn't pay attention to the bubbles enough. I really didn't. That's annoying. I'll probably infill them with a bit of UV resin, or just ignore it because it's going to be for me anyway, so I might just ignore it. Oh, look at that. Oh, how weird. I've got a bit that hasn't cured right round there. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? That is odd. By the way, the easiest way I've found to get out moulds that have got like a middle bit is to grab it and twist. There we go, and it comes out really easy. Oh, I like it. It didn't do what I hoped it would do. I thought it would go down one side more, so I wouldn't have like a definite line. But I still like it. There's some bits where I clearly didn't mix the mica enough. Not nice. Love it. And there we have it. I've taken the top off the first one actually, because I think it's better than the top of the second one. I think I've had here some funny reaction because of just how hot it's been in my craft room. So, and of course I didn't check for bubbles around the edges, which was very silly of me. And of course, I've got the top from the first one, which was perfect. And the colour is the same. So there we are. We have ended up with a great pot. If you've enjoyed this video, folks, you know what to do. If you'd give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. Let me have your comments as well. I really enjoy reading your comments. And also don't forget that subscribing is free. Big shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for your additional support as well. Take care, everyone, and I will see you for the next video.